dong darn it, Grayson.
Dang dong darn it.
Granny did not appreciate this kind of back talk. Grayson, Granny does not appreciate this kind of back talk. I'm glad you could call me.
right, one more round of applause for our 2023 seniors. If you could please stand and remove your hats for the singing of the national anthem by Lexi Shaman.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Right, one more round of applause for Lexi. Please be seated. Good evening, parents, guardians, family, friends, Granite Falls High School staff, and especially the graduating class of 2023. Before we get started, I would like to introduce our distinguished guests seated behind me on the stage. First, representing the Granite Falls School District Board of Directors, President Ms. Tina Veach, Board Member Ms. Carly Kincaid, Board Member Mr. Bill Dane, Board Member Mr. Carl Carey, and Board Member Mr. Peter Ledoux. Next, we have our Superintendent, Dr. Josh Middleton, Granite Falls High School teacher, Ms. Trudy Sullivan, and class of 2023, President Hannah Mackomer. I would also like to acknowledge the Granite Falls High School staff, district cabinet members, along with my assistant principal, Mr. Michael Maynor. At this time, I would like to welcome to the podium our class president, Hannah Mackomer.
The first thing that comes to mind right now is wow. This is so surreal. It's such an honor to be able to speak tonight in front of you all as your 2023 class president. Good evening, Granite Falls High School, faculty, graduates, and family. The day is finally here. I can confidently say that my high school years have been some of the hardest years of my life, as well as the most transformative. I'm sure this is a sentiment that many of the graduates here today share with me. As I'm sure anyone will tell you, the 4 years go by before you even know it. It's such an important yet short portion of your life. Some days I still feel like a freshman in high school, excitedly moving from class to class, but not yet jaded by the ideas of long lectures and 50-point assignments. Being the chronic overthinker I am, I've been thinking about what I wanted to say in this speech since the beginning of the year. What kind of speech did I want to give? What are going to be my parting words with the place and people who have had the most profound impact on my life thus far? And well, I've got to be honest, I'm pretty sure I won't say anything earth-shattering here, nor am I qualified to give any sort of life advice. But I do hope that it will at least serve as a good reminder to you all. I hope that you get a reminder to be grateful for everything that you have and everything that you will have in the future. I really hope it's all right, because I've written several dozen drafts, because I wanted to make sure that if I got anything right, it was this. The Notes app in my phone stands as proof. And while I'd like to think that I'm eloquently spoken, I would also really appreciate it if you would ignore every stutter and voice crack from here on out. Just because I went through high school doesn't mean I lost all of my dignity. Thank you. One day, in retrospect, the years of struggle will strike you as the most beautiful. This is a quote that I've based my life around. As simple as it is, it's a good reminder for all of us. Of course, no one likes to struggle, but at the same time, isn't that what life is all about? Nothing truly worth having comes without struggling for it. And while at some point we may not remember the specific struggle, we will always remember the energy that we put forth. We as a class have faced a lot of struggle. And before you think I sound negative, remember the quote. Regardless of that struggle, there is still so much beauty in all of those moments. Things have never been easy for us, and they probably never will be, but that's the world that we live in. But the part that I want to focus on is this. We did it, regardless of all of that. I want to congratulate all of my fellow classmates sitting here today on pushing through the uphill climb that is high school. Take a moment and think about where you are right now. This is the ultimate victory. This is the end of an era. This is the beginning of a new chapter. Every single one of you here today said, "Everyone, watch this." And everyone should watch this. Everyone should keep an eye on what this class is doing and what we will continue to do. We are a very small and tight-knit class, and we usually come across as pretty understated, but all of the best things are, in my opinion. This understatedness has caused doubt to be cast upon us, but we've never let it prevent us from being here on this day. I don't want to take up too much of your time, because I know that you're all eager to get on with it, believe me, as am I. But if it's okay with you, I'd like to issue some personal thank yous. If you choose to tune out during this part, I'll forgive you, but for me, take the time to reflect on your own personal thank yous. To start off, thank you Alyssa Johnson, Alex O'Connell, and Jade Van Winkle, my cabinet, my partners in crime, the people that I owe much of my success to. You are proof of how important the behind-the-scenes crew is. I appreciate you always entertaining my ideas and letting me rant about whatever it was that was on my nerves. Thank you Annika Lucier, my sidekick. She is the greatest gift that this world has given me. She has immense amounts of ambition and passion, and she's the definition of friendship. There hasn't been a single challenge that she has not taken on with nothing but grace. It's a perfect example of how to find beauty in the difficult moments. I live in admiration of her. And Ellie Dane, my very first friend. Without her, I would have had to learn so many things the hard way. She's the thorn in my side that I hope never gets removed. Both of these exceptional people have assured me through the struggle that I would be okay and that I could do it, no matter my greatest doubts. I love you both endlessly. You're truly my sisters. Thank you, Ava Arciniega. It's been a pleasure watching you come out of your shell, as well as driving you to school every morning. You are always one of the beautiful things on the hardest days. Thank you, Evan Campbell and Drew Dollarhide, for the late-night gas station runs and pep talks. Thank you to Mira Durana, who is one of the only things that made the absolute dumpster fire that is junior year bearable, and who literally flew all the way from Germany to be here today. When I thought my life was ending, you forced me to know that it was only beginning. And when I was dramatic, you made sure that you told me I was being stupid. Thank you for always pushing me. You guys are like my brothers. Thank you to my actual brother, Luke. I'm so fortunate to have a built-in best friend like him. Thank you for sharing your love of horrible movies and video games. You're the coolest person I know, and I owe you forever for getting me through chemistry. Thank you to my mom and dad for pushing me to my fullest potential and for treating me like a friend as well as a daughter. Thank you, Dad, for filling our house with good food and a wide range of music, everything from Sublime to Fleetwood Mac. Thank you to my mom for sharing your love for Stephen King and John Grisham books. It's so strong, it's gotta be genetic. Thank you for shaping me to be well-rounded and compassionate as well as lighthearted. My mom and dad are the people I strive to be like in my adult life, and I promise that I won't let them down. And then there's Mrs. Sullivan, the woman whose efforts don't go unnoticed, the woman who taught me how to dream, who never doubted me. She created a safe space for me to take shelter from everything else in the world, and I wouldn't be standing here today without her. Thank you to the staff members here at GFHS. Your encouragement makes all the difference. Sean Burke, who was our advisor throughout the majority of the year, taught us all a very valuable lesson about hard work and having fun doing it. In addition to this, late-night conversations while editing our weekly video announcements with our janitor Tammy and Mr. Nehe will always be my favorite high school memories. And finally, thank you to my class. I've never once doubted every one of your loyalty and friendship. We're all one big family, and graduation's not going to change that. There are many moments here throughout our 4 years that will stick with me forever. It's these stories that are seemingly small moments, but they'll live on in our history. Stories of chasing Hunter Mallory through Target while playing Senior Assassin, or watching anxiously as Annabelle Elliott expertly crafted a mural for our bleachers during Battle of the Classes. Tales of being crowned homecoming queen alongside the class of 2023's golden boy, Lisa Jordan, or trying to figure out how to do adult math and financial fitness with Max Williams. Chronicles of scheming total school domination with Gwen Murphy, or watching as Peyton Van Winkle indefinitely brought our class together while we rallied around his dodgeball victory. I will remember these things throughout my life. I will remember all of you. What I won't remember is all of the tears that I shed in this building, or the pain, or the frustration. GFHS will live on as a home to many of my best memories, ones that I feel very lucky to share with all of you. In the interest of wrapping things up for you, I'm going to leave you with this. It is inevitable that life will not be easy, but it's also inevitable that it will be full of moments that will be so beautiful that they take your breath away. And this is only the beginning. Our class is so brave, so never be afraid to put forth an effort. Never be afraid to be seen as uncool for trying. And remember, when things get too crazy, you can always come back home, because there will always be beauty here even when there is struggle. So keep struggling, keep growing with it. I can't wait to see what we do out in this world. Thank you, everyone, and congratulations.
Thank you, Hannah, voice of the Tigers, for those wise words. I would like to first introduce, congratulate, and invite to the stage our salutatorian, who has challenged himself academically and is ranked second behind the valedictorian. Our salutatorian is Alex O'Connell, and he'll come up here to the stage with a 3.96 GPA and say a few words.
Thank you. And Hannah, thank you, because that's quite the speech to follow up. So, okay. Salutatorian, second best. Of course, the first place does go to Alyssa, who deserves it fully, though I am sure she will never let me live it down. And I know we are all thinking, oh no, not this weirdo that we see everywhere who won't stop talking and must love the sound of his own voice. I do. But don't worry. After tonight, you won't ever have to listen to me again. You're welcome. Now, like everything I've done throughout high school, I've thought about doing this speech for a while, but I didn't start until the last minute. So last week, I decided I'd work on it over the weekend and just get it done. And as usual, I waited until Sunday night to actually get started. Throughout high school, I'm sure many, if not all of you, have been told, don't wait until the last minute to do your work. Now this is great advice. Great advice that I have never once listened to, and I still want to be a salutatorian. Fun fact, I barely know how to actually spell that, and I needed to Google how to say it. But I digress. As with most things in high school, I did think about writing this speech for a while, but had no idea how to actually do it. So of course, like any good high school scholar, I went to Google, found some weird information, got distracted looking at cats, and then I debated using ChatGPT, but I didn't really know how, and I didn't want to make an account. So then I went to Hannah Macklumber and tried to bribe her to write my speech for me, and she, being the highly moral, upstanding citizen that she is, she told me, no, you can't afford me. Now, I was offended, but I couldn't disagree. Apparently, a good speech costs more than $5.50. Inflation, am I right? So there I am. Sunday night, it's about 8:30 p.m., and I decided I'll just wing it. To all of my fellow graduates, congratulations. We all made it, whether you have one of the top GPAs or just barely passed your classes. Every single one of us here today made it. And hey, 5 to 10 years down the line, no one will care. We'll all be serving the same burgers and fries in town. Hopefully not. Hopefully, at least a few of us can make it to a high-end Wendy's. But we made it. We made it through COVID. We made it through 3 senior class advisors. We made it through all of BOTC. We made it through all the math lectures, all the English essays, and of course, all the early mornings. Even though, for many of us, we didn't make it to quite all of those early mornings. Each and every one of you worked for this. And as I look around at my fellow graduates, I feel hope. Hope for a future that we dictate. I look around and I see hard workers, scholars, leaders, artists, athletes, and people. People who care enough to face all of life's challenges and say, I will make it. I will matter. I will be better. Seeing all of you makes me proud to say that I am a 2023 Granite Falls High School graduate. I want to see the future that we make. I want to see the great things I know you will all do. Now, I have droned on for almost long enough, and I'm sure many of you are getting bored. And everyone is really just kind of wanting to see their graduate actually walk. So I will wrap things up with my thank yous. I needed them to be last because as I wrote them, and as I tried to rehearse them, I kept getting choked up. I wouldn't be able to continue speaking in any comprehensible manner. I'd first like to thank my wonderful parents, who have always had my back, who gave me all the tools and support to be successful, who I know will always be in my corner. Thank you to my beautiful girlfriend, Alyssa Brooke Johnson. If anyone had to beat me for valedictorian, I'm glad it's you. You've always been wonderful to me, supporting me through whatever I was going through, and always being my ray of sunshine, even when everything seemed dark. Thank you to Hannah K. Macklumber. Working with you this year has made up some of my favorite memories, whether it be running errands for Miss Sullivan, the late nights with AMM, leadership, co-starring on stage, or simply eating lunch and gossiping. It was mostly gossiping. Thank you for all the times you've written me a script, so I didn't sound stupid like I do now. I'm not bitter. Thank you to Ellie Jane Tagisdane for always being there to give me relationship advice, even though I don't think I've ever once listened to it, especially when it was good advice. Thank you to my favorite juniors, Eleanor Hannah Graves and Drew Timothy Dollarhide, for making my high school experience so much fun with their kindness and humor. Thank you to Ava Lynn Arciniega. You give me hope. I see you moving forward in classes I loved, and you give me hope for their future. It has been an honor to be your friend. Please, never stop being weird, no matter what Nihi says. I know you'll do great things, and I'm excited to see them. Thank you to Tammy the custodian. You're one of the nicest staff members I have met. Thank you for all the fun talks, always being so understanding, for helping us clean up our messages. And thank you to whoever is driving out there who's trying to drown me out. I'm sure they sounded much more interesting than I did, so if you didn't hear any words, don't worry. Thank you to Miss McGarr for being my first real teacher here. I came in during COVID online schooling, and sports medicine was the first Zoom class I had. You made me feel comfortable going to the school when I needed it most. Thank you to Mr. Williams for making first period AP US History juniors so much fun. You were the reason my days always started off good. You taught me so much, and I'm so glad to have known you. I am sorry I never had more time to play chess. I think our official record is 1-3, in his favor, of course. Thank you to Ernest Niki for caring, for all the gossip, and for all the times I legitimately purchased something from the student store. And there they go again. Everyone, give it up for the lovely drivers down there. They're doing a great job. And to Mr. Nihi, out of all of the bald teachers, you have the most hair. And finally, thank you to Miss Sullivan. I would not be the person I am today without you. I stood staring at my computer screen, tearing up, because I didn't know how to put what I feel into words. You have taught me so much, be it Adobe softwares and its attention to detail, especially to font choices. I hope you will know that I did not use Comic Sans or Papyrus for this. You helped teach me to have a strong work ethic, to never half-ass anything. Because of you, I know to always full-ass whatever I do. You simply made my high school experience more enjoyable. Out of everything, I think I'll miss our long talks after school or racing to finish one deadline or another, be it food drive or even senior tea. Miss Sullivan, you taught me to never miss a deadline. Now, there are simply too many people who have impacted me throughout high school to list them all in a 3 to 7 minute speech. So to everyone who has impacted me, thank you. To everyone in the stands, thank you for coming out and supporting us. And to my fellow graduates, let's go get our diplomas. Now, I had written some stage directions, but administration told me I couldn't actually do them, so I will say them. Drops the mic, makes out with valedictorian, and shreds air guitar.
Thank you, Alex. Your voice will be missed in the halls at Granite Falls High School. It's now my pleasure to introduce and invite to the stage the valedictorian for the class of 2023. The valedictorian has maintained a 3.979 GPA throughout 4 years at Granite Falls High School while balancing rigorous courses with extracurricular activities. This year's valedictorian is Alyssa Johnson. She will now say a few words.
Okay, I'm quiet. Can everyone hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. Okay, so I don't know how I'm supposed to go after my best friend and my boyfriend, but we'll see how this goes. So, hello everyone. My speech is definitely a lot shorter than theirs, so I promise we'll get through this quickly. Anyway, it is absolutely insane and a complete honor to be standing here before all of you as the valedictorian. I'll be honest, it is also incredibly terrifying, and I'll probably cry a minimum of 2 times while standing here, considering I try to stay out of the spotlight and I've never given a speech in front of as many people as this. But I digress. I want to start off by saying some thank yous. There's quite a few people that need to be thanked, so just be prepared. First off, I want to thank all of you up there in the stands. Thank you for being here and supporting the class of 2023 as we graduate and enter the world beyond high school. And now I want to thank my amazing mom, Michelle. If you see her up in the stands, tell her that she's amazing because she is. You'll know it's her because she looks exactly like me, but shorter. Sorry, Mom, but we both know it's true. Anyway, my mom has inspired me to work hard and do the best that I can in everything that I do, and has been there for me since the day I was born. I wouldn't be the person I am today without her. Thank you, Mom. Next, I want to thank my dad, Mr. Johnson. I've always wanted to grow up and be successful like him, and I have accomplished that today, and then some, by being valedictorian. He was salutatorian. Hee hee. He has shown me how to persevere and put my best foot forward despite any obstacles that I face. I know he will always be there for me to help with anything, especially math, or spreadsheets, or starting a Roth IRA. Now I'd like to thank all of the Granite Falls High School school district staff and coaches and custodians and everyone else for everything that you do for the students and all the long hours and hard work you contribute. I want to put a special spotlight on Mrs. Sullivan. She's here at the school all the time for almost all school events. Honestly, she basically runs the school at this point, and we're all incredibly grateful for her. Let's give Mrs. Sullivan a round of applause. We have a lot left to get through for the ceremony today, so I'll try and speed this up. Thank you to my siblings, Blair, Kaylee, Dawson, Parker, and Hunter. You guys are goofy, and I'm so happy to have you in my life. And the same goes to Britt, Dito, and my papa, and everyone else in my family. You guys never fail to put a smile on my face and make me laugh, and I'm so glad to see you here today. If I could see you from here. Thank you to all my amazing friends, starting with Jade and Hannah. I am so happy and so incredibly grateful for you guys. It's insane. I'm so proud to have watched you both grow over the past 6 years, and I'm excited to continue to watch you grow throughout college and just in life itself. Our middle school selves would be in shock if they could see us now for sure. But yeah, you guys are absolutely amazing, and I love you so much. I also want to thank Ava, Drew, Miro, Eleanor, Ellie, Annika, another Ava, Carla, Cassie, Chris, and yet another Ava, and so many more people that I'm probably forgetting in my panicked writing. You guys have made school and sports so fun and so enjoyable, even on my worst days, and I will always be thankful for that. And last but certainly not least, I want to thank my wonderful boyfriend, Alex O'Connell, our salutatorian. Thank you for coming into my life unexpectedly and right when I needed you most. I honestly don't know who I would be today without your kindness and encouragement. You have helped make my life better than I would have ever expected. On that sappy note, seniors, I am truly going to miss going to school here and seeing all of you every day. Everything in high school is wrapped up and ending. No more dances, no more spirit weeks or pep assemblies, no Friday night lights or volleyball games, no more track meets, no more Wordle in second period or filming AMM videos, no more funny lectures from Mr. Williams, but also no more calculus. That's a good one. Sorry, Newman. Although I will miss having a class with only 5 people. No more fun goodie bags from Mrs. McGar for every holiday, and no more food drive, and no more long philosophical talks with Mrs. Sullivan about the future, and so much more. And that whole list isn't meant to make you sad, and I apologize if it did. I merely wanted to convey how much these past 4 years have changed our lives and influenced us for the better. I am extremely proud of all of us and the growth we've accumulated over these 4 years, and I look forward to seeing what we all do with our futures. And now for underclassmen. I wanted to offer a few small pieces of advice, if you'd like to take them. Do your best at all that you do. Whatever is going on in your life, whatever struggles you're going through or have been through, anything, it doesn't matter. Just do your best. Commit to things and have fun doing them. Everything will work out when you give it your best effort. To add on to that, you don't need to be valedictorian or in the spotlight to be successful. You don't need to make a speech to be successful. You don't even need to have good grades to be successful. Success is measured in so many different ways and isn't defined purely by how well you do in school. According to the internet, success is defined as the accomplishment of an aim or purpose. Nowhere in the definition does it mention school. And that's not to say that school isn't important, because it is. I just mean that it shouldn't be the only thing that defines success for you. I wish you all the best of luck in your time left in high school. It goes by way too fast, so make the most of it. And that's all I have. Congratulations, class of 2023.
Thank you, Alyssa. You've definitely left your mark on Granite Falls High School. At this time, the Granite Falls High School Band will now play Incantations, arranged by Robert W. Smith under the direction of Mr. Schuyler Williams.
sure everything's working and on. Sly dog, you. Everyone go ahead and start warming up. So Jesse, can you come up here then and help me with this? Since that's not gonna, you don't have the power to do it. Just turn back on. If it dies halfway through, I don't know. It'll be fine. Test. Test. All right. So this piece of music that we're about to play, Incantations, our current senior class was about to actually perform this at their large group festival and at a concert in March of 2019. And then COVID happened, and they didn't actually ever get to perform it after preparing it for months. So it's always a tradition here that we do a senior chosen piece, and of course they had to choose this one because they never got to actually do it. So here it is. Did we get a tuning note going?
All right, another big round of applause for our band under the direction of Mr. Williams and to all of our seniors. I would now like to welcome to the podium our staff keynote, Miss Trudy Sullivan.
Hello. Thank you, Mr. Nisley. Before I get started, I too have a few thank yous. I want to take a few moments to thank the staff here at Granite Falls High School. Even on the toughest days when worn and tired, I am truly honored to work with all of you. You are my mentors, my heroes, my friends, and my extended family. And speaking of family, thank you, Mike, Kurt, Margaret, and Selena. You always have my back. To Sarah and Delisa, thank you for understanding I do not get cell service in my classroom. And to Jeremy Miller, thank you for always being my co-conspirator, for managing tonight's live streaming. You are amazing. And remember, make me look skinny. Thank you, graduates, for asking me to be your senior class speaker. I am truly grateful. You are my constant inspiration, my daily dose of laughter, and often my tears of joy and frustration. And speaking of tears, I have a reputation as a graduation crier. Yes, I have been known to shed those big elephant tears during senior tea or the senior moving up assembly. I notoriously cry on the senior's last day, and often I shed tears during momentous occasions such as graduation speeches. And my coworkers often laugh and good humor me. For Pete's sake, Sullivan, stop crying like a baby. And each year, I promise myself, I will not cry. I will keep it together. I will say goodbye to the seniors at the Moving Up Assembly and the final week of AMM, and I will not shed a tear. No tears this year is always my motto, and the goal at the beginning of every school year. And as you can imagine, and as many of you have witnessed, I fail miserably every single June. But that inevitable failure got me thinking, how fortunate to have a career, a job that allows me to be who I am and to feel friendship, accomplishment, and joy, and sadness. I am in fact blessed to be able to do a job where on so many days I get to celebrate, to love, and to laugh. And I wish that for all of you. A career where you get to be who you really are. A workplace where you can get to make money doing your passion. As a Granite Falls High School financial education teacher, I've had many of you in class. And I've talked about the importance of finding a career, an avenue to making a living, something that brings you joy and happiness. We have discussed the importance of knowing yourself, believing in yourself, and setting and following your goals, and the difference between a career and a job. Keep in mind, finding a career, a passion in the work you do, doesn't just happen overnight. Some in this world are born knowing exactly what they want to do and who they want to be and how to make a living doing it. Others, like myself, take a long journey down many different roads to find it. And some, sadly, never find it at all. After I graduated high school, I was determined to go to college because, let's be real, that's what all my friends were doing. So I enrolled in a community college a few hours from my home. One day, I registered for classes. I was told that I needed to list my major or area of study. And like some of you seniors, I had no clue what I should do for a career. So I wandered into the Career Guidance Center to speak to the guidance counselor about establishing a major of study. I'm not sure what classes I should take or what I should major in, I said to the guidance counselor. His name was Joe Townley. I will never forget his name. And I'm not sure what I should do with my life, I continued. Ah, said Joe. And then he reached across his desk and he handed me a copy of his resume. And as a college counselor, Joe had an impressive resume. It had the current job of college counselor at the very top, but underneath that job on the resume was one very long paragraph. And that paragraph began with the words, other jobs and skills. Firefighter, sous chef, waiter, bank teller, nursing assistant, sailing instructor, deli manager, UPS driver, and so on and so on. Why are you giving me your resume when I asked you what I wanted to do with my life? I said. And what kind of resume is this anyway? The answer is simple, said Joe. I have the job I love and the job I want to have. See, it's listed here at the top, college guidance counselor. It is followed by this long list of jobs I have worked because I had to do all those things before I could do the one thing I really wanted to do. And there it was, the answer to finding your passion, the Joe Townley resume. Do everything, do anything, just do something. And with an open mind and a sense of adventure, you will find that job you love, that career, that reason for getting out of bed every day. I want each of you to work towards a future where your work not only brings you financial security, but brings you laughter, love, and even big tears of joy. Now keep in mind, if you have a job that brings you tears of anger or frustration or sadness, you don't want that. That's a whole different speech. So now, this is a time in the speech where I talk to you about your interests and values, about taking on new challenges, how to step out of your comfort zone, how to find purpose and drive, and how to make a positive impact on the world and in the work you do. But all of that seems cliche, so here it is. This is what I'm going to say. Time moves fast, and every year that passes, time moves even faster. Soon, you will look back on this day and say, wow, I can't believe it was 10 years ago that I graduated, or 20 years ago, or 30 years ago that I graduated high school. Time simply speeds up the longer you're alive. So you need to start today. Okay, well, tomorrow. Okay, sometime in the next month. You can take off a few weeks, but that's it. You need to start building the Joe Townley resume as soon as you can. Don't let fear prevent you from taking the next job, the next crazy career move. I know, it's scary, and failure sucks. But remember this, failure is not a negative. Failure is a positive. Failure can allow you to move forward to the next job or to the next adventure, and you can list that on your resume. Before I became a teacher, I had worked for around 18 different companies, and then I landed here. At some of those jobs, I succeeded, and quite a few of those jobs, I failed miserably, especially the waitress job at the VFW hall, but that was a complete disaster, but I digress. Eventually, I landed here, and believe me, it all paid off, and it will for you too. If you know what you want to be for a career today, I applaud you. If you change your mind along the way, that's awesome too. If you have 18 jobs before you find the one that allows you to be your true self, that's absolutely fine. No job or career is perfect, And with everything in life, you have to take the bad with the good. There are tough days and rough days, and with every job, I hope you can still land where you can celebrate, laugh, and cry elephant tears of joy. Thank you, and good night.
So one more big round of applause for Ms. Sullivan. I think we heard through our 3 student speeches her impact on our school. I would now like to thank a few groups before we present the class of 2023. To the parents, guardians, and extended families, my most heartfelt thank you and congratulations to you this evening. It is you that provided the love and support, encouragement and discipline which guided your graduate from child to young adult and from dependence to independence. You as parents and guardians need to be recognized for sending us a great group of young people each and every day. Please join me in a round of applause for our parents, guardians, and family. Please stand up. Students, you can please stand up. We practiced this earlier today. All right, please be seated. Another important group to recognize this evening is the exceptional teaching and support staff at Granite Falls High School. As principal of Granite Falls High School, I can think of no better group of people to work with. As students and parents, I hope you understand and appreciate the dedication and commitment that this staff brings to school each day. On behalf of the class of 2023, it is my great pleasure to say thank you to the staff of Granite Falls High School. I would now like to introduce my assistant principal, Michael Maynor, to say a few words to the senior class. We both joined this journey together at Granite Falls High School and know Mr. Maynor has made a positive impact on this class. Most of you know he'll be the new principal at Granite Falls Middle School next year, and I know he has an important message for our seniors this evening. Mr. Maynor.
Class of 23, stand up. All right, on 3, we go say, we are Granite. You all ready? I want it loud so everybody can hear. 1, 2, 3, we are Granite. One more time, come on now. Ready? We Granite. There we go, here we go, clap it up. All right. I know y'all wanted out your seats for a little bit. Y'all can have a seat. I got a 1-minute speech. 1-minute speech. You timing me now, right? All right. Class of 23. I know if you heard my loud voice all year long. Sometimes it has been stern and serious, but most of you would say very annoying. At the end, I would say focus. Class of 2023. You will always be known as the class that took a lot of punches and kept moving forward. See, in boxing, it's not always the person that gives a good punch. It's the person who could take the hardest and most punches that come out to be the best. Your class has always taken a lot of punches and kept moving forward to this moment right now. Now that we are at this moment, I'm going to tell you about being nervous. Being nervous is okay if you look at it. Sorry. Any adult here tonight is nervous. They will tell you that nervous is natural and never will leave you for the rest of your life. A little story before I go. Yesterday, I went to my son's school. We had Daddy and Donuts Day. He is currently at kindergarten. He's 6 years old. Towards the end of the meeting, we were given an assignment to build a car. I said, whoa, okay, a car. I got to get to work. I got to get to my people. We had to make cars out of sticks, bottle tops, and rubber bands. We watched a 2-minute YouTube video to explain the directions. Immediately after, my 6-year-old turns to me right in my eye and said, Dad, we got this in the bag. Don't worry, we got this in the bag. Some people call it butterflies in your stomach. Others would say it's the sweat in your palms. It will always be there. When you graduate from college, when you have your apprenticeship, when you advance in the military or the workforce, the nervousness will always be there. When you meet your partner in life, when you buy your first home, start your first business, nervousness will always be there. Here's a little help when it comes. When you see that nervous moment, tell yourself, I got it in the bag. And when the haters come, because you know I love the haters, you think of the lyrics of Outkast, one of the best hip-hop groups ever. There's no one dope as me. I'm just so fresh and so clean. Class of 23, continue to be the best fighters on the planet. We will always respect you. We will cherish you. We are Granite.
Forgot radio. I'm a little nervous now and have a little bit of jitters. All right, as the principal of Granite Falls High School, and by the power vested in me by the Granite Falls School District Board of Directors in the state of Washington, I am pleased to present the 2023 graduating class of Granite Falls High School and to certify that they have met all the district and state requirements for graduation. At this time, I'm going to bring up our superintendent, Dr. Josh Middleton.
Thank you and good evening. Graduates, we're almost there. We're at the end. Before we make this graduation official, though, let me just share a few words of wisdom, words that I wish someone had shared with me. And honestly, I wish I had a Mrs. Sullivan in my high school with a great class and passion that she has. Here's my list of encouragement to you. First one is go explore the world. By whatever means you can do, go explore the world. When I was a senior in high school, this is where the Mrs. Sullivan connection comes in. I didn't have anyone talking to me about careers. My goal, go play college hockey. That was it. I was a decent student and a good hockey player for my state, but I wasn't being recruited by anyone. My best friend was a goalie, and he and I, our strategy, let's find the worst hockey team in the country and try and walk on. Knowing our skill level and that, we weren't being recruited, that we had to try and walk on. We finished high school. We spent our summer training. And we decided to go to a college, sight unseen, where our parents never took us to visit. This was the 80s, so no cell phones, no debit cards, no weekend trips home. So in August, we hopped on a plane from Butte, Montana at 5 p.m. and landed in Fairbanks, Alaska at 2 a.m. While we thought playing hockey was the ultimate goal, It was really being willing to take a risk, go see the world. And in the end, my friend Jim, he made the team and I didn't. But that was okay, because my best memories was to go and see somewhere new, to stretch myself, to get out of my comfort zone. The second thing that I'd share is keep learning. And for some people, they might not want to hear that, but there could not be a truer piece of advice. It is a non-negotiable that you keep learning. Jobs change, life changes. We all experience changes in technology. And while I would never say all graduates have to go and get a 4-year college degree, I will say all graduates will have some form of schooling in their future. It could be a 3-day seminar, it could be a 3-month internship, it could be 3 to 8 months trade school. It could be many, many years of college. But no one is immune from lifelong learning. Embrace it. 3, be decent to others, be kind to others. The world has enough critics and enough problems. 4, very much in line and complimenting Mrs. Sullivan, think about what problems you like to solve. Are they interpersonal, customer service, mechanical, building things, helping others? Move away from the, what am I going to be when I grow up? And think about the problems that you like to solve. If you can answer that question, you're going to have a fulfilling career. Number 5, be decent and kind to each other. Yes, I repeated this. I'm repeating it because it is so important in this world today. Gossip is easy. Lying is easy. Having a negative attitude is easy. Being a jerk is easy. Cheating is easy. But it comes at the expense of hurting others and yourself. So why? So it's just as easy being positive, helpful, hopeful, problem-solving, kind, and encouraging. Please build each other up. Don't tear each other down. Even in disagreement, be decent to each other. So with that, Madam Board Chair, members of the Granite Falls Board of Directors, members of our community, as Superintendent of Schools at this time, I declare these students have met all requirements set forth by the state of Washington and by the Board of Education to be awarded their diplomas. Class of 2023, congratulations on this achievement. I wish you the absolutely best in your future endeavors.
Alyssa B. Johnson. Alexander Aaron O'Connell. Jade Dashiell Van Winkle. Nevea L. Alvarez. Drew Richard Anderson. Joseph C. Aston. Mia Boyson. Hannah Lynn Brotherton. David J. Brown. Justin A. Kane. Emma Carlson. Shona D. Chigovanika. Isaiah Cook. Aurelia M. Crockett. Camden Crockett. Alejandro E. Damian. Elizabeth Dane. Isatu Diallo. Virginia Diaz Mariquin. Mackenzie Leanne Deseth. Kyle Dixon. Noah Duncan. Annabelle M. Elliott. Evie Miracle Fa'ailonga. Aisha Fadi Haidera. Michaela Lee Flatt. Jacob W. Fleury. Isabella R. Floyd. Anthony Frere. Elizabeth M. Gill. Florence Glenn. Gloria Gonzalez. Melissa Gonzalez. Jason Gorbanov. Lovely Lynn J. M. Gudinez. Tyson C. Hackett. Andrew James Ham. Madison A. Hansen. Kimberly Cherie Harmon. Maddie L. Harris. Miriam A. Hernandez. Fernando Huerta. America and Jacoby Fernandez. Lisa Jordan. Michaela Kaokai. Taylor N. Lamphere. Janaea Lee Johnson. Ava Lee Lester. Dominic Ludicky. Annika E. Lucier. Alexa Faith Nicole Mace. Hunter A. Mallory. Devin Jeffrey Marker. Alexa Paulina Marroquin Garcia. Abigail Lynn Mayer. Mark Mendez Ayala. Leah M. Miller. Logan J. Moffitt. Gwen Murphy. Carson J. Palfrey. Kenneth G. Parnell. Seth Ramirez Kirker. Trevor C. Razy. Peyton B. Ritterick. Daniel W. Scheffler. Pacey Searles. Fatu Silla. Ella Shea Smith. Michaela Stanger. Brianna L. Stevens. Gavin L. Toland. Stephanie R. Torres. Nicholas Trailer. Peyton L. Van Winkle. Alicia Vine. Cassidy Washoe. Nathan M. Waugh. Mika Westfall. Jacob Whipple. Dakota Wilkinson. Max Mead Williams. Caden M. Williams. Kylan York. Elsa Peniagua Fernandez. Alia Katharina Rinia. Nicholas Moltson. Viola Fridieri.
Hannah Maccomer.
We can have the class officers come up to the stage and have all the seniors step out into the light.
Class of 2023, the next step in the journey is only a tassel away. Now it's your time to shine. You made it look easy. Now please exit out of the tent and face your family and friends. Turn your tassel from right to left and throw your hats. Congratulations, class of 2023. You did it.
Parents and family, the graduates will be heading to the gym to get their diplomas, and then you can greet them after they get their diplomas at the gym. Thank you and have a great evening.
How's the staff